Hi everyone and welcome to Trades of the Week. I hope you're doing very well. I'm here with my plant Kevin and we're just about to get started. But before we start, look, this week is going to be incredible because not only is Bitcoin screaming past its resistance, gold is close to breaking out to an all-time high. And the banks, are they collapsing? Well, JPMorgan released some really interesting earnings that we're going to dive into as well. And what are the cryptos that is actually blowing everyone's mind at the moment? In today's episode, you will find out. But before we get started, I need to say you need to learn this, especially with everything that's happening in the world. When we're looking at the banks collapsing right, left and center, they're having challenges. And with cryptos going up, and we believe it's going to be one of the absolute best performing asset classes in the world moving forward. And we can't really trust one income stream as well. So learning how to trade and invest is really essential for everyone. So how can you get started? Well, therefore we created I Am Insider. That's a free, exclusive community and group where you will get free content like the trade of the week, the crypto of the week, live market updates and other exclusive content. But surrounding yourself with the right people will really make sure you thrive. A little bit later, I'm going to show you what the Facebook group looks like as well. So you can join our community. So press the link below and join our community now. And with that being said, let's dive into it. So, I want to show you the Facebook group that we have. This is our investment or I Am Insider community. And you can see here, we welcome all of you into our amazing community. We have thousands of thriving members in here. And you can see what I said. This is a stock of the week, the trade of the week that we share with you. And then we also have gainers and losers. And we answer every single one of your questions as fast as we can to help you get started on your journey. So there you have it, everyone. That's the group I want you to join. So press the link below and join. And now, before we get started, there's definitely a couple of things we need to look at. Number one, the stocks, we're going to start with the Buffalo strategy, a trading strategy where we look for three bounces, a pattern, and then we trade within that pattern. And as you can see on the chart in front of you, you have 1, 2 and 3 bounces and then off it goes. Sometimes we just get this right because it's going to go up or down, but we're stacking the probabilities in our favor. So if we're looking at GIS, we have the stop loss currently at 3.5%. That's on our entire portfolio. So if you have 100,000 in your account, you're risking 1,000. That's the red box. So we're only risking 1% of the account. But you can see that the green box is 3 times as high. In this case, 3.5. So we're currently at 4% on our entire portfolio. So this is what I mean, stacking the probabilities, and we're letting our profits run as well, which is one of the key ingredients for you if you want to become a really good active investor or trader. So we're having the stop loss at 3.5%. So it's not really time to move just yet, but we'll get there. With MPVR, we're hovering around the entry point, but we are a little bit in profit here. And with VRSN, we have the stop loss at 3% profit as well. Just brought that up. So in total there, we have 3 plus 3, which is 6. Is it? Yeah, 6.5% profit that we are going to lock in eventually, but not yet. We're waiting a little bit. On General Motors, we got stopped out at break even. So that's a boo. Well, not really. We no emotions, but we got stopped out at break even. So we're looking at maybe re-entering this at a later point. On Vert that we entered last week, there's no trade, so we're going to remove this because it just continued up and broke higher instead. And looking at KTB, that's around the entry point. So you can do your research here, and if you like this, then you can enter this as well. But now I want to get into a little bit of news here. So the big news of the week in the stock market is the following. So we got the CPI numbers. They fell to the lowest value since 2021. That's the inflation we're looking at here, and that's falling to 5%. And this is due to the housing inflation we're seeing at the moment. But I think what's important this last week is that the banks came out with incredible earnings. But the Fed, the Federal Reserve, they went out and said, look guys, because of the negative kind of banking action, we've seen banking have challenges, therefore they're not doing the expected 0.5 basis point hike or 50 basis point hike Instead, they might do the 25 basic point instead, which means that is actually positive for the market. So it might actually lead the Federal Reserve to pivot in order to actually save the banks. But we'll see what happens here, because the banks actually reported incredible earnings. Now, just looking at JPMorgan, let me jump over to it quickly here. You can see that JPMorgan, it really jumped in price on earnings. Why? Because it actually broke the analyst expectations, rising 25% to 39 billion in revenue, which is a lot, of course. And the net interest income is 20.8 due to the aggressive rate hiking campaigns of the Federal Reserve. So we'll see, right? And maybe it will be the same for the other banks, like the Wells Fargo, etc. And this will, of course, spur a continuation in the economy upwards. It's a good sign. So on the back of that, we saw that the US 100, this is the tech indice, has screamed higher, and it might actually continue to go higher from here as well. But that being said, they are expecting a recession in the coming years. We don't know when that's going to happen, but I want to just drag your attention to the Treasury bond, as we looked at last time as well. But I want you to just have your attention here, because this has been a really good indicator. Let me just move myself out of the way there. Okay, let's see, max. So you can see here, back here, you see the grayed areas. The grayed area here, this here was Corona. This was a 2008 crash. This here was the 2000.com bubble crash. And you can see here that and this basically shows you that the people don't really believe in long-term economy, because the shorter term bond is more valuable than the longer term bond, which is usually a sign that people don't believe in the economy that much. And usually, historically speaking, this has led to a recession in the market, and actually a stock market and market collapse. But market will be kind of redistributed. So we do believe that, even though, because this is the case now again, we have a really is really inversed at the moment with minus 0.89%. So that could mean that in the coming 1-2 years we might have a recession on our hands. But that being said, money will be reallocated, and looking at other asset classes such as gold is close to an all-time high. So we're definitely looking at investing into gold companies as well. But that being said, it doesn't matter if you're trading, because we always have a trading account and a stop loss of 1%. So that's the one we're using. So looking at Peloton, we actually got stopped out at plus 1% on this. That's the first thing. So we are going to remove this now, because we took 1% profit, and then we're now adding a new order. And because it's on the support line again, and it looks really promising with earnings far away. So Peloton Interactive is the first one we're looking at. The second one is SBGI. So SBGI has a nice downward trend. We have a reversal candle, which I really like. And the reward risk ratio is really good. And what I also like with this is that when it's like this, usually you can see here, it reacts very quick. Goes up, reacts very quick, hopefully. Goes up, reacts very quick to the downside. So we're hoping the trend will continue. So that's what we're looking at. So that's the stock market update for this week. So essentially, in the short term, we do believe the stock market will continue up, which is really good for our VCAs, our stock investments, I'm going to get to in a moment. But more so, the banking collapse has been really positive for the crypto market as well. And what we can see currently is that Bitcoin had a little bit of pullback, but it is going up now, a little bit at least. And looking back here at the weekly chart, I want to show you this, because it really does seem as we might be breaking above this level. We'll see, we have reacted from it. So we might go sideways here for a while. Either a spike up and then a continuation is what we believe, or maybe, a little bit higher up there, and then we're going to have a pullback down and then a continuation. That's basically what we're looking at. So we will get buying opportunities in the market. Now, why is that? Well, if we go to some of the news we're seeing in the market, Binance, they are actually being investigated by the SEC, as we mentioned last time, and the message is always the same for us. 80% or more of the exchanges into the wallets. Essentially, they're being investigated and actually accused for having a lot of illegal activities. So very important that we do our research and you choose where you want to keep your money, but better safe than sorry. We don't want to have FTX 2.0 happening again. So therefore, that could have some repercussions on the market if that becomes worse, and the market could fall a bit more. So that's really that. And some other good news is the following. So we have an investment in Uniswap. Now, Uniswap is really interesting. I mean, it's really far down if you look at it that way. But so it's really fallen down in value. But let's see, we might even have it in our portfolio here. So I can use the right ticker. There we go. So we are currently down quite a bit, right? We have invested down to 43% minus from the high. And the high, the one we use, is 28th of July. So this is down 36% from its high, really good for the small cap strategy we use. And the reason we're looking at Uniswap is because they've actually launched on Polygon as well, and Matic and Polygon is just screaming with news. That's the crypto I was speaking about in the beginning, and it's looking really, really solid for the future. So we're definitely looking into Uniswap and Polygon as investments currently, because Uniswap is the biggest decentralized exchange, and now with Binance in trouble, maybe the decentralized exchange is going to do really well, such as Uniswap. So that's one of them. And then we have Matic as well that we've looked at. And if you look at where we invested in Matic, we started up here. So currently Matic, was down 73%, currently down 60% from its high, a really good investment according to us, with a lot of upside potential, especially with everything they're doing. Uniswap is not only launching and Polygon is not only launching on with Uniswap, they're also the second biggest gaming network in the world. And from one topic to another, right? That's the ones we're looking at. So from one topic to another, in terms of cryptos, there's a lot of scams out there. And if people call you and say, hey, do you want to invest in cryptos? Just hang up the phone. They would never call you and offer you anything legit. Do it yourself or learn how to do it, which is of course why we created the I Am Insider, so we can support you on this journey. So make sure you join into our group so you can get the newest, best information so you don't miss out. But more so you don't get scammed. Because it could sound really good. People call you saying, hey, we can make you 3% a day and all that. And sounds good, but if it does sound too good to be true, just ignore it. You need to do it yourself. Now, Australian crypto scams increased by 162% from last year, 150 million lost, and that was exactly it. Scammers contacted everyone through social media and other apps, says, hey, we can help you, we can teach you, etc. And we can help you to invest, not teach you, but help you to invest, which is usually a recipe for disaster. And the other one, of course, that is really promising here as well is Ethereum. Speaking about, really good cryptos. It's breaking out, and we invested all the way down here, and now it's on its way up. So we're actually getting into profits now. So looking at Ethereum, it's minus 57% at the moment. Really, really solid project as well, and looking really, really promising. And the same here, right? Even though they've launched a new upgrade, which is really good, it's Shanghai upgrade, and when they launched that, over 200 million worth of Ethereum was staked in the first 24 hours, and it's only going up and going higher. So it was really, really good, and everyone wants to stake. Everyone loves Ethereum. So we think, this could be a really good and really spur the growth for Ethereum, but also the entire crypto market. So we're really positive on the crypto market as it's whole. So we're going to see what happens, but this is definitely one of our core holdings here. And we do believe it could go up a bit further, but then we're going to have a pullback probably, and then it could go higher together with the rest of the crypto market, of course. So that is pretty much it in terms of the news here. I think some interesting news as well is that MasterCard has launched an NFT-gated musician accelerator program. So that just means that the adoption is taking place right in front of our eyes, which is very, very exciting as well. But besides from that, we're just waiting for a pullback in the market to be able to get in again. Now, the last thing I want to go through today is, of course, what cryptos we're looking at and what we're avoiding before we launch into the VCA section. So essentially, we're looking at, except for the Uniswap and even looking at Ethereum and Matic, Solana is another one we do want to talk about, because Solana, they have increased the number of users dramatically from last year, and also the activity, the daily users, and the high demand for the network as well from them, which is incredibly exciting to see. So they've made some really strategic partnership as well with Google, Discord, Meta as well. And I think this could be a really good one moving forward. From its high point that we invested back in the days, it's actually down roughly 82%. So I must just say that it's just a really good investment at this point. And that is pretty much it. And one token that we're not too excited about, I know we spoke about it before, but we want to see and we're not avoiding it, but just worth mentioning that Cardano has gone up quite a bit. So we are expecting a small pullback before a continuation in the price as well. But Cardano, we believe long term is a really good investment as well. So let's jump over to the VCA section. So not much there. On FDX, FedEx, we've actually put the stop loss at 15% at the moment. So we've entered 3 times, and now we put the stop loss up to break to 15% profit. So as you can see with the investments, we invest, as it goes lower, we invest more and more, which is incredibly exciting. And you can learn more on this by becoming an IM insider. So also with Salesforce, we invested all the way down to 59%, currently the same. We have the stop loss at 15% profit, so really fun there. And on Meta, we have not updated you on this, right? But currently from the average price, we're up roughly 50%. But we went up to 34%, put the stop loss at 25%, and we got stopped out before it went higher. So that's a moo. We made 25% profit on Meta, which is great news. And we're not really adding anything new today, but we do want to say there's a couple of projects here we're looking at that are really interesting at the moment. So some of them is definitely, we looked at Coinbase the other day, and the first entry was down here at minus 23%. We're around that point at the moment because we do believe cryptos are going to go higher as well. So this looks really interesting. And what we're avoiding is real estate at the moment as well, because real estate could be going a bit lower. As I said before as well, that oil in 1st of May, they're actually decreasing the number of the amount of oil they're producing, and they're going to produce 1.1 million barrels less starting 1st of May. So oil might also go up in value over time, which is why FANG is a really interesting project. And we entered here at minus 20%. Currently, we're up roughly 7-8%. So if this now falls down again, we have an opportunity to enter again. So keep this in your watch list for now. So now before we wrap up for today, there are a couple of things I do want to go through, which is this. These are the results. So currently we're up 73.28% on the entire portfolio since August 2020 on a Buffalo account. VCA 2,304% on the money invested. That's plus 25%, which is really good. That's on the money invested, not the entire portfolio. And then on the crypto results, we believe that 2023-24 will be insanely profitable years for us with cryptos. And once again, if you want to learn more of this, become an IM Insider. You have nothing to lose. It's free. Become part of our community, and you will get a lot of exclusive content as well. So I hope you really enjoyed this session today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, press that like button, and maybe even leave a comment. What do you think will happen to the economy at the moment? It would be incredibly exciting to hear from you what you think. And not only that, make sure you press the alarm bell so you get updates on a regular basis, so you will be the first to know what's happening and where the price might go in the shorter to medium term and even the long term. So with that being said, from myself, the entire team at Investment Mastery, have an incredibly exciting and awesome week, and we cannot wait to see you in the next version of Trades of the Week.